Good evening. Today is Saturday, 8th of May the 80th, and today is the eighth day or eighth appointment that we have with our financial freedom project. It has been a few days that was necessary for me to write down the following this video with the following information because there are kind of topics that are becoming a little bit more complicated, and I would like to explore them with you in detail. Essentially, we will start to draft the main information, and we will take some decision about what will be the next steps in our investment plan, and we shall start with the idea of the difference that there is between work and employment, and how our society is working. So we shall see together the main point on selecting the company and the environment where this company is working with to invest, or the kind of the environment we want to invest in, if we are moving for the real estate, or the idea slowly that is behind the cryptocurrency, but we will make for crypto Bitcoin a separate day. Still working on that. It's little bit will take a little bit longer, but the situation is evolving very quickly, so to catch up with the reality is not so easy. One of the main points I would like to recommend to all of you is just keep yourself informed, keep ourselves all informed. If you like this video, please hit the button and subscribe if you want, so you will not miss any of this video. And if you have any suggestion, any comment, please add below. I would appreciate a lot. This will make this channel more alive, and there will be more and more things that we can develop together. So thank you, and just let's start. So the topic today is about work. What is work? Work is any productive activity made by human. Okay. Employment is a way that we establish a relationship to implement of a work to produce a service, a product, or something. Okay. So if we think that work is any productive activity, the first hit that we have in our consideration is that we spend most of our time as not paid time, because the work that we do, the things that we produce when we are not under the employment contract, like the majority of us hopefully is not paid. Okay, so if you have unemployment, you are paid for your time, and if you have not unemployment, or you have a different approach that we will see in a second, you will realize that 40% of your time, of my time, is unpaid. So this means that in a way it's time that we are wasting not doing anything productive, even if we produce some result. The majority of us as employee, we give result and time for money as main relationship for our employment and our work. So one of the key factors we have to focus more and more is just not to work on, or to change our mindset, not to work on time based, but to work on result oriented. And this is the approach that the most of top managers and owners of small business or farms they have. So they don't work for time, they work for results. We have to change. This is the first shift that we have to make in our mindset. It's just not to work for 8 hours or 10 hours or 15 hours, but to work for results. And the more results we reach, it's better, so we can reduce the amount of time that is unpaid. This is really important because even if we are in an employee-employer relationship, working through results will help to have better salary, so more money for the same amount of time. There is a risk that is things called mid-wage or middle class trap, but we will see in another point in the future. But the idea is we have to understand that work is not employment, work is not a job. Work is produce something with our activity. We have to work by results, and this is the first key point I would like to share with you, and something that I'm trying to do in my life, and I will give you some update in the future on how it's developing. And let me know what do you think and what are the results of your approach in changing from working for time to working for results. Okay, this is an important point. Wasting our time just to say, okay, I have to work 8 hours or whatever, and then okay, I forget, it's like I leave the job like it is without focusing on results, is creating a problem for yourself, for myself, for the company we are working with, but also for the society, because this will degrade the level of services that we have in the society, the quality of the service we are asking to the society, because if everyone works just 8 hours for the sake of working 8 hours, we cannot hope, or we cannot expect any real progress. And this is really an important point. We have to agree and look forward to work for results, and this will improve the world we are living in. Another consideration we have to take in account when we talk about work and production, more and more today, we have to think if production really requires human work. So this means that technology is making us obsolete. Okay? Because by us making the production, being the producer, and making the relationship time for money, we are linked to another basic formula, that if in a society all the wages go up, also the prices will go up. And this is the main point that is related to the inflation, to the that is also the way that our money they lose, if they stay in savings they lose value, and it's the way, one of the reasons, because with technology we are moving more and more moving in a society with less and less human work. And also there is another point till now, but it's going to get every day and less, our production and our products are physical ones, so you need to have, or the person doing the activity, like a front desk seller or a call center person or whatever, or you have a product that could be a piece of software, could be a service that you use when the person is there, or it can be a real product, something a good, something that you can touch and so on. But now we have a new kind of product and a new kind of work that is the digital product and digital work. So even the money are becoming digital. So all the stuff that we talk about are more and more a set of 1 and 0 that are exchanging between computer systems. So we have to ask in our investment strategy and in our project to improve ourselves, what is the influence of the natural environment that we are investing in, we work in, we are in? And this is important because the natural environment, that means the set of resources, the set of laws, the set of structure of society we are in is influencing the prices, and they are influencing the wages, and it is at the basic of the error that value is equal price. Price is value plus the perception of the value. We have a lot of examples where something has zero value, like in the digital products themselves, because they are something in the middle between a service and a good, but they are perceived as high value, and so you have products that are not real, I mean not something we can physically touch, and if you turn off the electricity and battery power you can give with you, and the price itself. Remembering that the main goal of the company and also the job of the every activity is to generate a surplus. By generating abundance of something, we can take this plus and sell to the place where this something is required. These are the main elements that we have to take care in account and just bring with us in the future, because more and more we are going to have a digitalized society, cashless society. We will not have we will reduce the number of branches in banks. We will reduce the number of physical places where to go, and we will live more and more in avatar and in social way. So think about that, because all the thoughts that we are just collecting now, day by day, piece by piece, they will drive the way that we will invest and how we will invest. Because at the end of the story, our goal is not to understand 100% the society, but to understand how the society is working to improve our financial status, to reach our financial freedom. One of the points that we have to take care to understand the society is just to learn from history and crisis. So especially in the recent 20-30 years, we have seen different kind of crisis that they had really strongly affected the life of the people, including a lot of unemployment, including people that lost their money. In Italy, I can mention a lot of situations where investors, they were misguided, or they lost their money because they had not the full understanding of what they are doing. Okay, so we have to learn from history, and one of the things that we have to see when we invest in some places, in some special economy, is the sovereign debt. Italy is part of the famous, or not so nice to say, pigs, because of the sovereign debt. We have to take special attention to when we invest, to check where the company is, okay, to check the sovereign debt of the country where this company is mainly operating, because sooner or later the local government will increase the taxes to reduce the debt. There can be some social turmoil because there will be some pension reform. There could be some social turmoil because the welfare is going to be reduced. If we choose a local pharmaceutical company is not so good, and they can disinvest the state-owned enterprise. So the first and most important point is just avoid. Let's avoid state-owned enterprises in Western economy. In Asia is a different story because there is a different mindset and the local society is different. And the other point is good government finance are always related to health banking system. There are an incredible number of small banks or other kind of banks institution that can give loans, collecting deposits and providing credit, that they got bankrupt because they were using loophole in legislation, or they were in a place where the government funds were not so good. You can check Hungary, you can check Italy, you can check Poland, just to make you example. So the main point are avoid state-owned enterprise in Western economy, look at the sovereign debt, and check the main business of the company we want to. So just following this base element, we can start thinking where to invest. And my idea just starting with some big banking system, so maybe in the next days I will provide some main bank selection following the biggest bank in the world. So that's all for today. I will leave you in the next two slides with the economics in different languages and the music. Thank you very much indeed. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend. And at least in Italy, happy Mom Days for tomorrow. Remember to congratulate your mother.